I genuinely, at age 14, I was awful at spelling. I couldn't do anything. I was really struggled to type, all that kind of stuff. Doing the business made me realize, look, if I can do this quicker, I can grow the business faster.
Just kind of taking us back, actually, 14 years old, you're going around the village, you're knocking on doors, you're selling your shorts, you're selling your trousers. Kind of what happened from that kind of stage, 14, you're still at school. How did you balance between the passion of Tommy's Trunks at this time to having to balance school, you're coming into your GCSEs around that kind of time? Kind of talk around how you managed to balance both work and, well, doing the business and then school as well.
So for me, the business made school relevant. So I suddenly realized that if I was able to, I genuinely, at age 14, I was awful at spelling. I couldn't do anything. I was really struggled to type, all that kind of stuff. Doing the business made me realize, look, if I can do this quicker, I can grow the business faster. So suddenly, from going to this point of being kicked out of classes, being honestly, like, I was always the class clown, always like trying to do things to get attention, to then suddenly thinking, you know what, if I actually focus in on this, this could benefit me and the business. So suddenly I kind of locked in, and I now use this approach a lot when I'm older, and saying the busier you are, sometimes the more efficient you are. Like I found I was dotting around, doom scrolling beforehand, and then suddenly you don't have time to doom scroll, so you got to focus in on it. I definitely did affect classes. Like classes I didn't enjoy, I would sit on my laptop, and I managed to wangle in getting, because I was dyslexic, I managed to wangle in enabling the teachers to let me have my laptop in my class, which meant I could build my website during lessons. But obviously the grades do reflect that I was building a website during that. But it was kind of, it was hard to manage, but I just was like, I'm just going to hustle through this. I was loving it so much, and I loved the journey. I was just like, don't mind. I don't mind if I've got to wake up early. And I've never been into like gaming or anything like that. So most of my friends, whilst they're playing like COD, I'd be like doing a website or trying to do some schoolwork. So yeah.
And talk to those early components of building that business. Obviously, building the website. What else were you working on back then to try and get the brand off the ground?
So one of the things that I spent a lot of time on was our like initial marketing. We had no money for ad spend. So I was like, right, how are we gonna sell the product? So I created this strategy where we had like an ambassador program, and I would essentially message people on Instagram and say, look, I'll give you this code. You'll get 10% of every sale, but you need to promote that code to your people and get the product going. And I was basically building spreadsheets. In a sense now, looking back, it's probably semi like pyramid selling, but it wasn't. It was affiliate selling really. And that I spent a lot of time like learning how to do that. And I would sit on YouTube videos and watch people how to do it. So I have a lot of like credit to YouTube. I love YouTube. Like I would sit and mimic exactly how to do things. And we don't use any agencies still to this day for web development or everything like that. We will use YouTube, sit on a video and just learn how to do it. And I actually found it's the best way, because you're like the forefront of the technology.
And so you're talking about kind of self-learning as well, using YouTube as a tool to upskill yourself in kind of new ideas, rather than rely on kind of agencies to bring in the expertise. I mean, that affiliate side, I mean, how common was that? It was just kind of, what period of time we're talking about?
This was in around 2016 to 2017.
Okay.
I'd say it was pretty common. It was also the time that your likes of Gymshark were like blowing up really. And I mean, so I was working on affiliate marketing, so building spreadsheets and finding people. I built a bot on Depop to mass follow people. I don't know if people are familiar with Depop, but Depop's like a reselling platform. But it was pretty fresh. It was pretty new. Loads of like our market were on it. So that would basically mass follow people, and was a free way of just getting people just to see the name. Yeah. And initially all of our selling was done on Depop. The website we had, you had to send an email, and then I would send you an email asking for your address and my bank details.
Yeah.
You would then bank transfer me the £22, whatever it was. I would then go and write out the label, take it to the post office and post it. Like it was completely, because I didn't want to pay I think it was like £3 extra a month to have the shop now feature on. So I was like, no, I'm not doing that. I don't want to pay the transaction fees. And also you're only able to get a PayPal account when you're 18. So I had to like try and work out ways of going around that as well.